Arahat Athersata, page 4. You are astonished to grasp my thoughts within you, but you will soon understand that you do not need your astonishment. I am a spirit form with the designation Arahat Athersata, thus named after an old language of yours. My existence in material form has ended since time immemorial and has found itself in the being of a sphere which is foreign to you, to which you are still far subordinate. The time of my being has become an existence in the great sea of the duration. It has become knowledge and wisdom, power and might, in following of the laws within and around the creation. In the endless duration, the spirit has freed itself from the body and pushed the rebirth to the bygone past. It has become close to creation, powerful and mightful, in aspiring completion of the absolutely full development. My thoughts reach into you to inspire a writing which you should write down. As the viewer of the times, I recognize the truth of the things in their origins and in their consequences, which I will now reveal through you in words comprehensible to you human beings. So follow my thoughts and put them down in lasting and good legible writing. The boundaries between your and my level are of great duration, and they lie in many thousand millions of years, according to your reckoning of time, and constitute the barriers of the spiritual dimensions. In my form, I know the spaceless and timeless communication which makes past and future current. So I therefore reach from my distant spiritual future of the truth currently into the past of your spiritual level in order to convey to you things of importance, which should be of importance for your form. My communication with you is based in spiritual inspirative nature, so you constitute only the recipient which does not have its own transmission possibility. This is because my spiritual vasen has entered into a higher level which only permits access to high spiritual forms. A vasen is an independently existing life form with its own individuality. Lower spirit forms, as they without exception correspond to the present earthly forms, are not able to penetrate into us or to even come into connection with us in a communicative manner. On the other hand, however, we in our forms are able to penetrate all spiritual levels and to make ourselves comprehensible to all Wesenheiten of lower standing. Borders are only imposed upon ourselves upwards in the creational levels, into which we also must work our way up spiritually. This is a law of the creation, which neither you nor we are able to break, through, or to circumvent. As an exception, it should be valid that a spirit form of my vasen finds its way into your present time and connects with an intelligence of your standing in an inspirative manner. This was also, in the past times considered, to be a great exception, and will also remain so in the coming times. As an explanation, I want to thereby mention that the last communication of this kind had taken place by us about 2,000 years ago, according to your time reckoning. Since then, we have found no need and no recommendation to do this again. You are therefore the first spirit form of lower standing in your world which we have been in contact with again since 2,000 years. The reasons for this rest in an informative contact with a life form higher than you, which you have been in contact with for some time. The information about you was highly alarming, and we last received it by transmission 2,000 years ago. Your spiritual evolution is very far ahead of your time, and you are considered to be a rare exception in the sea of your population. You have developed yourself into the level of the prophets, and as such, you will fulfill your task. Thus 2,000 years ago, when the time was still not ripe, the vase in form, inspired by us, was not able to spread our teachings in a valueful manner, which is why you should now fulfill this task in the new time. It should, however, not thus be as it was then, when out of our teaching mad and evil cults arose, which lost themselves in the most distant corners of all untruth, and beat the earthly Wesenheiten up to the present time into evil, consciousness-based servitude. As a prophet of your present and future times, you have many and better possibilities for the spreading and preservation of my transmissions than this was possible for the form which was last inspired by us 2,000 years ago. Therefore, use these means and do not be hesitant. Let your voice resound from the mountains and destroy the irrational teachings of false prophets, for they drive the consciousness into the damnation and inhibit it from all cognition. They claim to be inspired by us, or other levels, which, however, is very far from the truth. Their great writings are only the product of their excessive fantasies, which are foreign to all logic and truth. Many have risen in delusion and untruth that they would have grasped, and would grasp, spiritual forms in an inspirative manner. In unknowledge of the spirit and its forms, they put their own thoughts, wishes, and ideas into written words, and deceive themselves as well as their fellow human beings. How, then, could they be inspired by us, or by other high levels, if we refrained from all communications for 2,000 years? Nevertheless, however, many earthly Wesenheiten dare to claim that they are in contact with us, or other high levels, which in truth, however, is not so, for how could we reveal knowledge and wisdom to them if they are not able to grasp the spiritual forms in their basic elements? Therefore, I clarify once again that no communications have taken place in the last 2,000 years, neither from our level nor from other higher levels. All alleged communications of this kind lead back to deception and self-deception of the earthly Wesenheiten concerned, who created and will also continue to create claims of communication. Now raise the power of your consciousness for the transcription of my transmissions. Prepare yourself for it, because your task will require much time and your senses should be receptive.